Me in the chat, we taking on the fight. Windows computer issues, we gonna make it right. Got that brilliant tech advice, 6-day a week. Yeah, we gonna help solve it all. No need to ignite.
Good morning, it's 9 a.m. June 24th, 2024. SpeakerBot should be working. I've got all my buttons pressed correctly, I think. Don't I always think that? I don't know, I only work here. Channel comments, Matthew Barnes.
Me in the chat.
Oops, what's going on? Why did I hear it come up again? Uh-oh. A button pushed too much? All right, better go see if everything's okay. I'm gonna do a little audio check here. Everything's okay. Yeah. Checking for audio volume. That looks all right.
John Williams said,
Desktop audio
morning.
okay. Thank you, John.
Keith said, good afternoon, everyone.
And Keith. Looking at the volumes. Yeah, they're looking okay. Now, I don't know why that jingle came back to haunt me. Matthew Barnes said, nice intro with a £2 contribution. Thank you so much, Matthew. I appreciate that. Oh, that's why my picture-in-picture didn't look right, because somebody did a Victor.
Chris Garrett said, good afternoon.
Hello, Chris. So let's give Matthew a thumbs up and a heart. There's nothing in the held for review section.
V Manor said, and our host today is Doug.
Okay. That was interesting how she interpreted that. You just did 3 dots and she said, our host today is Doug. Something like that. Is that what she said? Our host today is, you did like 4 or 5 dots there, ellipsis. If I come over here to, oh yeah, I don't have this thing set up to find that folder correctly. So I got to go down. Let's see, if I just go TTS, will that get me to the folder? No, it's not. TTS audio. I want to go replay that. If I come down, 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 deep, 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 deep. Oh, I know why I'm not getting there. I need to sort by name, I think. Now,
John Williams said, good morning, KSL.
There, TTS audio files. So I need 2 speaker bots ago, I think. Yeah, because John was the most recent one. I'm having this happen occasionally where it takes a long time to show me the files in a folder. Something going on there.
Martin Hogg said, I am Groot.
Well, Martin,
V Manor said, and our host today is Doug.
Oh, yeah, okay. I did replayed as soon as I started it.
V Manor said, and our host today is Doug.
Yeah, Doug. That's how she interpreted the 3 dot or 5 dot ellipsis. I wonder if that'll be consistent with a 5 dot ellipsis. Is it 5? Yeah, it looks like 5. Martin Hogg is Groot.
V Manor said, did you check the new HIAD?
No, I haven't got around to that yet. I think what I'll do with that is connect it internally to the computer and then use Macrim Reflect to mirror image directly from one drive to the other, and probably let that run overnight. Oh, right, then going to, is Jim in chat? Jim KJ3N, Jim Knightons. On Saturday, he had some chat messages that I didn't catch all of them. I saw them after the show ended, and I thought, this is worth a little more focus and attention. Any Windows 11 USB drive you create can do an in-place upgrade by just running setup exe from the USB drive. And I think I saw that one in isolation and said, yeah, I know. And yeah, I do know that. And there's times when I would really favor that and choose that. In this case, I had a reason why I wanted to do a fresh install. True, I didn't need to do a fresh install, but I did. Don't have to export or import drivers. Once the upgrade is done, then maybe then create the image for deployment. So I spent some time futzing around on Saturday and a little bit on Sunday, experimenting with some things that I was just interested in. It was a bit of a squirrel or rabbit hole. And one thing that I was particularly thinking was that when you do an upgrade, in-place upgrade installation, one of the things that's really beneficial about it is if you're doing this with a computer that's in service, has programs in place, has data in place, and you do an in-place upgrade using a thumb drive that way, the setup.exe, launching it from Windows, it'll upgrade straight to that version. Even if you're skipping a version, that's good, but it also keeps all your programs, all your data in place. But I had the theory, well, isn't it going to wind up with a larger base installation? Now I know after you do that kind of upgrade, you can go do some cleanup. So that's one of the things that I checked on. And here's what happened. I did do the in-place upgrade from setup.exe. Yeah, I thought I said that I was going to connect that drive internally to the computer. If I didn't specify that, is what I mean. I will have both drives connected internally to Big Beast when I clone from one drive to the other, not through USB. For a 6 terabyte drive going to an 8 terabyte drive now. So anyway, when I did the upgrade from setup exe, I wound up with 61.3 gigabytes. And then later I went back and did a fresh install, and so the same version of Windows at 31.9 gigabytes installation. So since I was doing this to become the base installation for a lot of computers, starting out with less space on the drive used was attractive to me. And I wanted to just go through a few different experiments. I think I mentioned on Saturday that I heard Mike Smith saying that using the email address of a@a.com no longer works as a way to get around the Microsoft account if you're installing a Windows Home version. And yeah, I verified that. And then also I tried putting in other fake addresses, because it used to be you could put in a fake address, and that no longer works. The OOBE bypass NRO still works, contrary to what Mike Smith was saying. Now there's some nuances about doing that. If you do that Shift F10 before the new Windows installs on your freshly recreated partition, then it's not going to work. You have to do that after the new partition is in place. Now there are some other nuances I came across, but they escape me right now. What else do I have over here to show? Let's see, the method of importing a bunch of drivers that Gary brought to the table. I used that and it worked very nicely. During one of my installs, interestingly, the device driver issues, there's 3, 6, 9 of them missing there. And then in a later instance, I had more. There's 4, 8, I think that comes out to 12, which is curious. I don't know why that difference happened. Okay, I'm going to come over to chat. And we don't have a lot of activity here for me to catch up with. And I do not see Jim. Ken Stout, being that I'm the first one here, well, according to my YouTube anyway, let me be the first to welcome all the rest into today's live stream. I'm tripping over my tongue. I can feel it already. Josh Kinder, John Williams, Rick Lakes, Martin Hogg, Steve McCure, Selden Ball, Mike Wojcik, Ran Israel, Zavi Menor, Jeff Ryman, Keith, Ran Israel, let's see, where am I? Chris Garrett. That was interesting. The way SpeakerBot interpreted that. Clone Inside, in-place upgrade to Windows 11 via USB is done. Running setup off the drive within Windows 10. No, I don't think that'll work. I had the reason why I did that, Steve, was this B-Link computer came from the manufacturer, purchased new with Windows 11 21H2, which is no longer in support. And it would have taken a long time to do the incremental upgrades to get to 22H2 and then 23H2. But from Windows 10 to Windows 11, I don't know. I suppose that it would work, but yeah, I really don't know. Yeah, that should work. Theoretically, it seems to me that should work. Maybe somebody can confirm that. The in-place upgrade to Windows 11 via USB.
Zivy Manor said we say yes.
Yeah, let's say yes. Try !Y, Zivy, just because I don't think I've heard anyone say that. You should use that for a while. Just saves you from typing the word yes. I don't care which way you do it.
Yes, affirmative.
You know what? I guess when you do the !D, I currently have it configured to give your name. Who's saying this? Steve McCure says, thanks everyone. So yes, looks like we do concur. Ran Israel did a few tests myself yesterday, even Win 11, 21H2, Enterprise Education, which is still supported, can't be upgraded to 22H2 or 23H2 via Windows Update. Interesting. Now, I didn't actually go through and verify. You see, 21H2 is no longer supported. It ran out of support last year. So I haven't actually confirmed that Windows Update will take it up to 22H2, then to 23H2. But I'm suspecting it would. I don't have a bunch of topics, and I'm kind of a little bit under the weather, so I might finish early. Seems like I had something else. Oh yeah, I did. I've got timings for all of the experiments that I did over the weekend because of, well, by virtue of recording. I recorded them all, but I haven't gone back to evaluate them. I was interested in how long it takes. It seemed to me, I had the sensation of running setup from the USB thumb drive that took longer than a fresh install. Ran Israel, yes, 22H2 is still in service, but 21H2 is not. Or 21H, even with Windows 11, 21H2. Oh, wait a minute, he says is still supported. Maybe, oh, the Enterprise Education Edition might still be supported. 21H2 for retail is not. For the rest of us, normals. In the Enterprise Education question, most of the people around here are considered normals. We're not special. Well, if you
Ran
come up
Israel
with,
said, can confirm, ran setup XE from the setup media with internet connected. It actually grabbed the source files from Microsoft.
all right. Can confirm RAM setup exe from setup media Internet connected. Grab source files from Microsoft. All right, great. Well, if you don't come up with other questions or topics in the chat room, I think I'm going to shut down. James Disher. Hello, James Disher. Can you downgrade from Windows 11 to Windows 10 with USB? Your Windows 11 digital license will work for Windows 10, but you won't be able to install Windows 10 on top of Windows 11. You'll have to do a fresh install of Windows 10, but your license should be valid. Now, I will say that I'm 95% sure of that. I cannot say that I've tested it, but from a technology standpoint, I cannot see that you could downgrade by having your Windows 11 installed, up and running, and run setup.exe of Windows 10 from a USB and install Windows 10. I'm very sure you could not do that. Now, the reason why you would like to do that is that would keep all your programs and data in place. And Ran is agreeing with that. Agreeing with that. Oh, I see. Need to go chill out. Did I miss any other new names? After the upgrade, it was already the latest version. Agreed. Yeah. Oh, no show tomorrow. I do not plan to have a show tomorrow. I plan to do some form of hooky tomorrow. Not certain yet what it's going to be. Wintermute's got a link for us. Put some more stuff in chat if you want to keep me going. Downgrade Windows 11 to Windows 10. If your Windows 10 system meets minimum hardware requirements to 11, you'll be offered update to 11. After upgrade to Windows 11, if you realize your system is not working or some of the crucial features not working as expected and troubleshooting didn't help you might want to go back to Windows 10. In that situation, this guide will help you downgrade. Yeah, you can downgrade back to Windows 10 if you do it soon enough. Now, does this give us any other method to do it rather than the first, 7 days or 10 days that you can do it through the reset option by Windows key and then reset this PC? I'm pretty sure it's in this screen that you'll find revert back to Windows 10 or something along those lines. Requirements is subject to fulfill some requirements. You can only downgrade to Windows 10 within 10 days. Yeah, there you go, 10 days. Now, but to do that, you don't need the USB drive because those files are still on your computer. Previous Windows version files, typically Windows.old folder and other required files should be present on your system. By the way, I suspect that Windows.old is why this, after I did the upgrade from setup.exe that had 62 gigabytes, I neglected to go look. Didn't think of it at the time, but I'm sure that Windows.old would have been there and that I could have deleted that and perhaps done some other cleanup to get this back down to up to close to the 32 gigabytes, perhaps. What else do we have in here? If above requirements are not meet, Microsoft with all of their staff, somebody in the typo department missed that, the proofreading department. If above requirements are not meet, you can't go back to Windows 10. In that case, for going back to Windows 10, you need to make clean install. Yeah, I heard somebody say that recently. Oh, gee, that was me. Yeah. Whoops, that's not the chat room. What else we got? John Downey, hello, John. I've been watching computer builds on YouTube for a while. It appears to me the only time you would want a custom build is if you're a gamer, hobbyist, running CAD, etc., analysis, etc., software. Yeah, and if you just think you might want to upgrade in the future, or if you want a flashy case, there's lots of reason you might want to do a custom build, but excuse me. Um, uh, as far as a good performing computer for the masses, no. In fact, I started my business with building computers. I was about to say building custom computers, but this is back in 1992 when I started my business. At that point, I'd already worked for a couple other companies and was building computers for one of those other two companies. And it was PC clones. It was just very generic. We were not trying to build powerful computers. It was just a way that we could buy the parts locally. We could build it quickly. We didn't have to order and wait for it to come. There was no Amazon back then. We didn't have to go to the retail stores and buy their junk computers. So I can hardly call those custom, but it didn't take very long at all that I realized I can't make money that way. And I don't think anyone building custom computers really makes the kind of hourly rate for all of their time. Charge for your shopping for the parts, ordering the parts, unboxing the parts, prepping the parts, assembling them, putting them in, troubleshooting. If you legitimately charge for all the time you spent on that at the hourly rate that you could be charging to business clients, I just don't think it's a business model that's really going to work. You have to want to just build computers, love building computers, and that's what you want to do. And if you can make some money off of it, then you're happy. Great. Oh yeah, there goes Zavi Minor. If you make an image backup before you upgrade to Windows 11, just restore the image. I've done that many times. Well, many times. Well, I've done it some. Well, I've done it a few times. How much can Doug backpedal on that? Remove Windows.old, perform image cleanup using DISM. Yeah, once you go through all that though, have you really saved any time over doing a fresh install? And the time that it took to do the upgrade from setup.exe compared to a fresh install, I'll have to go back and look at the video recording to actually see which one was faster. Now, I didn't care. I didn't need to preserve any programs, any installed programs or data, because it was a new computer. But yeah, if you're doing an upgrade from setup.exe on a thumb drive, then definitely those would be the steps. Commercial workstations readily available for CAD, yeah. Usually costs a lot, but then someone else is responsible for fixing hardware problems. Yeah, so a lot of this reasons that, what was it, John said about building a computer. You can buy a computer that has those capabilities. Oh, I don't know where it was. Yeah, here. Gamer hobbyists are running CAD. Yeah, you can definitely buy a pre-built computer to meet those criteria. Ran Israel, done it once, watched Carrie do it once, daydreamed about it. I'm not interested in building a computer. When I do anything with parts in a computer, I tear up my hands so much. Let's see, 9:24. That's good enough. Let's shut down. Let's say goodbye. How do I do this? How do I shut down? For the record, for the record, let the record show. Ken Stout claiming to be the first one here, but is he really here? Can he really claim to be here if he isn't here during the show? I don't know. I don't know. Looking at my buttons. Okay. You can click on that video to see how to get free support on this channel. You can click on that video that I'm not pointing to right now to get paid support directly from me, turbocharge your troubleshooting experience. And then the last one is a video that YouTube thinks would be a good choice for you
ZV
to
Manor
watch.
said push the button.
Have a great day. Catch you later. Goodbye, everybody. No show tomorrow.